with the principal, Austin, from the Hilton Head Middle School programs. Nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so impressed with the education that we have on the island. You know, for a while there, everybody's saying, oh, there's not much available to our kids, and that's why they're sprouting out to public schools. Well, we're here to talk about a whole bunch of very positive programs that I think the audience needs to hear.
Absolutely, and I'm proud to be part of the public school system where we have these programs that continue to develop and meet the needs of all the different learners. One of the cool things about public school is we have so many different students with diverse backgrounds and diverse learning needs, and what I've seen in Beaufort County is we're really great at offering programs to give each one of them what they need to learn and grow.
You know, that's interesting because a quick side note, you know, somebody who needs little help, like a beginning, a slower learner, let's pull it that way. Then you have the middle, right, the bell curve. And then you have the other guy who's on the other side, a little bit more excelled and a little bit going. But the two guys outside the bell curve, they need help, you know?
Absolutely.
And being in a public program, that can oftentimes facilitate them because they have a broader abilities, right?
That's one of the great things. And, you know, specific to Hilton Head Middle School, we have programs that will reach any learner at any level. And so we can support the learners that need a little bit of extra encouragement or motivation or supports, but we also have programs that will challenge with rigorous curriculum, some of the most advanced learners and some of the things that they just need to get to that next level of learning.
All right, so let's talk about the details. There's a program called Changemaker. What is that?
Yeah, so Changemakers is a grant that we've recently received, and it's really opening up opportunities for all those learners that we just talked about. As an IB school, we truly believe in developing our learners to be hands-on, engaged, and really driving their own education.
All right, what's IB mean?
IB stands for International Baccalaureate. And so I'm going to give you another one. MYP is our program at the middle school. And so that stands for Middle Years Program. We have the ability to be part of a series of courses from the elementary level all the way to the high school level with our IB framework. So they have the primary years program at the elementary school. The other elementary school has an arts program, which we're going to talk about. And then we have the middle years program, which features right to our high school program with DP, is the diploma program.
And these are middle school. Hello, I mean, it's amazing. And middle school is 6 to 8, right?
6 to 8, yes.
And we have about 700 kids, students?
Yep, right around there, a little above that, but yes.
A little above that as well. All right, so let's go down further into programming. So when somebody's looking at schools moving to our island, what do they see? Tell us about the options that we offer.
For sure. So in Hilton Head area, we have a diverse group of students, and so we try to make sure we have programs for all of them. Our elementary schools have IB focus framework and they have arts focus framework, and so when they come to Hilton Head Middle School, we get the opportunity to really combine both of those programs and just run with it. And so we have programs that help students develop in the arts with theater, fine arts, performing arts, but we also really push for that IB framework to be in all of our courses to make sure that students have a little bit of control of their learning, but also help them develop that inquiry and that interest and that drive to take themselves.
Right, there's one called the Project Lead the Way program. So what's that?
Project Lead the Way is an engineering type course. And so in the middle school, they use things like 3D printers, they're doing hands-on projects, and because we're an IB school, a lot of times our teachers are using those projects and the state standards and the curriculum to find ways to get students to solve problems through that engineering mindset.
And languages, right? How many languages do we offer?
So we offer 2. We have Chinese and we have Spanish. We're happy to be offering Spanish 1 honors this year for the first time ever. We're excited to be part of that. And we are taking kids from the elementary school courses where they have dual language immersion, and we're building on that in the middle school so that we can make sure that they have a very strong rooted knowledge of that target language.
So when a parent comes to you and they're voicing their concerns, what are their concerns? Could you share with us?
For sure.
Is there a thread here?
So one of the things that parents want to see out of a middle school is organization. So we have a new course this year called AVID, which is Advancement via Individual Determination. And the idea with that class is to build organizational skills, but also a little bit of self-management and some motivation, internal motivation that helps those students really dig into their learning, because we don't want to see that middle school slump. We want to see our kids interested, organized, prepared to learn. And that course really helps learners get to that point if they're not already there.
You know, one thing I want to mention is that a lot of people move here, right? And their kids are moving from one school and coming here. So there's the, how do you say, melding into the population.
Sure.
And, the new kid is on the block, and how does a parent handle that, and what can the school help facilitate welcoming that child into the program?
Yeah, and so as a middle school principal, my job is to make sure that those students feel safe, feel belonging, and fit right in somewhere right away. And so we have student ambassadors that help to get those students kind of involved and in place, but we also really coach our teachers to make sure that those students have somewhere to go once they get there. We have grade level lunches where they can go and make friends, and we encourage our students through our IB learning traits to really dig in and talk to kids that maybe they don't know or they haven't talked to before.
Well, this is great. Well, very nice to meet you.
You as well.
And
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.